EHLP 2025 Walpole Attleboro Showcase. The Express Hockey Club takes on the Providence Capitals in the Eastern Hockey League Premier. I'm Chris Russo. Our camera operator is Chris Pamula. Special thanks to our producer Dave Thoreau, EHLP Commissioner Neil Ravin, and to Justin Squitieri for helping get all of our material out there. The Express coming off an earlier victory today, their first game of the season over the Philadelphia Little Flyers, 6-1 in this rink. The Express will be skating left to right on your screen in white jerseys with black and red trim. And by process of elimination, the Providence Capitals skating right to left in black jerseys with gold and white trim. Or right to left for the Express and left to right for Providence. A little mistaken identity, as of course we do play a showcase format. So 2 25-minute halves, and the teams will skate with the period of the long change. The goal they defend on the opposite side of their bench, Sviatoslav Antipkin with a slap shot from the left point. And that one is stopped. A good start for Ryan Littlefield, the first-year EHLP netminder out of Abington, Massachusetts. Played for the Boston Advantage 18U AAA squad last year. Here is Michael Moscone with a shot and a save yet again by Littlefield with the left pad. Played by one of the returners, Brody Bodenhagen. Now it's Antipkin once more. He recorded a goal and had chances for multiple others in that first game. Shot by Jackson Guimond was stopped with the blocker. Guimond had a goal as well. Back to retrieve this one. It is up the head up the right side. Dowler. Ahead broken up by Kyle Daly, who is able to play in this game, was not able to play in the first one. Same goes for Robert Sarator, and that is because of their high school status. Daly, a late 07 year, he's a December birthday. Had 13 points in 41 games in his rookie junior year last year with this Express squad. Sarator making his EHLP debut, a proper Walpole native. He's an 09 year, so getting a great jump start on his junior career. Good forecheck here from Providence. One of the returners, Domino Costa there. Shot deflection and a save. That one coming from Wilhelm Scheepers, one of several recruits for Providence out of British Columbia this year. Wilhelm out of Calgary. Jackson Haney out of Surrey. Kyle Tedesco, got to talk to him for a second, out of Vancouver. Dylan Cawley out of Kelowna. And then some other players out of the Northwest. Ryder Ness out of Blaine, Washington. And not in the lineup today, but from the truest of the Northwest, it's in Fairbanks, Alaska, is Torin Cotter. Not playing today. Jackson Guimond with it. Going to the forehand. A save, rebound, loose, and another save on that try from Max Hebert. The Waltham native, another high schooler, who on this Friday could only make it to Game 2 by making an immediate impact. Last year 2 years ago, played for the Eastern Massachusetts Senators 18U AA team. 3 points in 10 games. Shot from the right point by Carson Eddington is blocked. Picked up by Bodenhagen, going 1-on-3. On the outside, stripped from behind by Eddington, and now picked up by Brady Penner. Was hit hard by Sebastian Harrington of Philadelphia in Game 1. But ultimately came back, played very well. Got to talk to Brady, who between games, of course that was a 10-10 puck drop. Went down to pick up their friend, did not get a name, but their friend from a little further out west, plays for Western New England. the women's team for Western New England, as this net is off its moorings at Division III. Brady's from Las Vegas, as of course is AJ Bockrowitz, who has not played Penner. I believe Brady said they have not played each other in about 8 years. They're both from Las Vegas. Bockrowitz has gotten one EHL game so far this year. Last year played with the Wenatchee Wild, stayed out west, 18U AAA team, and for a defenseman, pretty impressive, 16 points in 52 games. It's been a long time coming. These two have faced each other. Gonzalez with a backhander, he scores! Matt Gonzalez had one this morning. He gets another one, a beauty. He goes top shelf, and the Spaniard gives the Express a 1-0 advantage at 3:55 of elapsed time. What a glorious shot by Gonzalez. Gets his second of the year. And he's at a goal per game pace to start his EHLP career. Now Joyce with a chance. Joyce out in front. And I believe getting a piece of that was Littlefield. James Joyce also had a goal in that first game. This one deflected back out towards center. All the way down, no ice. Gonzalez, an 07 year, who last season played with the Palm Beach Typhoon. Posted 27 points in 44 games. And had 2 in the postseason. The outside. Played here by Providence, carried by Ladd up the left wing. Moscone racing against Haney. Moscone trying to cut inside, couldn't do it. And now Sheepers on top of it. Sheepers, another player who's gotten a little EHL time, had a game this season so far. Before that, last spotted with the Caribou Cougars. That's C-A-R-I-B-O-O, not B-O-U. Will Link on the outside. Link cutting to the backhand, going between the legs and scoring! Will Link goes full Merrick Malik and gives the Express a 2-0 lead. Another tally for the proper Walpole native, and the captain makes it a 2-0 Express advantage. Unbelievable move, and now a penalty upcoming against the Express. So a power play for Providence. Say that 5 times fast. And Tipkin goes off for slashing, so the Caps go on the man advantage for the first time. Off the tie-up. Caps win the draw. Left point Sheepers. Play down low Costa. Sheepers again, left point. Sheepers. That one goes through. It's Maruma Mathulo getting the return feed. Playing it toward the left point. It goes behind Sheepers and back out of the zone. Mathulo. Another international product. Very different from the several out of British Columbia, though. Hailing from Pretoria in South Africa. He has played in the NA3 the last couple of years for the Maine Nordiques. Got 2 games last year after playing 37 with the Yellowstone Quake further out west. Costa with a drop. Sheepers. Costa again. Sheepers at the circle. A shot goes wide. Around the wall. Costa back at center. Mathulo before that played with the Pretoria Capitals white team and also played with the South African national under-20 team. This puck played in, far side. Now behind the goal, twirled around the wall by Zach Demick. Montreal native in his second match with the Express. Shot, blocked out in front, played on the far side. Nate Gravel drives it into the corner. It just hits a Capital. Now a chance out in front. They score! It hit a man, and then on the doorstep, it was Domino Costa who was able to finish. Gravel had a chance to maybe clear. Instead, he drove it back into his own corner. It hit a Capital. Not quite sure who. I believe it may have been Tedesco. Nonetheless, at 5:13, it's Costa who gets Providence on the board. Chance up the left wing here for Sarator and a save. Flip back in. On the far corner, skied off the glass. Hit that stanchion, hit that padded covering. Takes a good bounce for Sarator, who fires it into the far corner. Domino Costa, one of the big producers for this squad last year. 31 points in 42 games. Played the full season. And played both their playoff games as well. Everett on the outside, his shot blocked. Excellent back check by Aiden Hamerquist. Carried on the outside by Bakowitz, given away. Costa trying to hold his own, cannot. Take it back in neutral ice. 3 goals already as we are not even 9 minutes into this one. Puck knocked down, that is a hand pass, albeit unintentional, by Kevin Waghorn. 16:32 left in the first. And the face-off will come all the way back down. Play took place in the neutral zone near the Providence blue line. Face-off will come to the left of Colton Allis. A Brockton native who played very well last year in fairly limited time. 3-1-1 at 2.42 goals against, .928 save percentage. He is a New Year's Day baby, which makes it a little easier for him to be here. He's an 06 year. Outlet pass and a break for Penner. I think he got a piece of it with his stick. Nonetheless, it goes down for Littlefield to play. Thulo possibly taken out of the play by Penner. No call made. Joyce carrying. Joyce up the right side. Joyce on the rush. Joyce in alone. Oh, and a save made there by Littlefield. Far corner a hit. Josh Livingston poked off his stick by Haney. Opting to stay back is Link. Haney across the blue line. Haney with Tedesco. Haney a shot that is blocked out of play by Demick. With 15:32 left. Costa, another Rhode Island high school product. Played at Lincoln in the 23-24 year. Posted a 1.5 per game. 24 in 16. Nearly tripled his scoring output from the year before that. Joyce, outlet up the right wing, Livingston. And EHLP two-way. Behind the net, Gonzalez there. Pressure from Demick. Now back through Livingston at the right point and into the express zone. This one off a skate, back out towards center. It was the skate of Tedesco. Now onto the stick of Tedesco. Got to talk to him for just a second today. You're always trying to figure out the pronunciations for these players. There's Moscone, 2-on-1 with Gravel. Moscone with a shot and a save. Rebound, Moscone's shot and another save. Livingston got a shot in at the end. And a push there from Bodenhagen. Finally, the scrum evaporates and comes to an end with 14:18 left. Again, got to talk to Tedesco for just a moment. And it's difficult for a player who has been here for a year or two, let alone a player that is brand new to the organization, even past camp and into the very, very early portion of the season, to be able to know how to pronounce every one of his teammates' names. That's why, again, we try to get to the players themselves, to the best of our ability. And so he helped the best he could. That was not everything as Moscone plays the puck again. Moscone with a shot that's blocked away. Guimond on the rebound as he has it below the goal line. And so just a shout out to the Tedesco family. Not sure if they are here, if they have made their way across the border and all the way across North America from Vancouver, but our credit to you because you raised someone very polite. Guimond with a puck in the slot, a shot, he scores! Jackson Guimond gets his second of the day, his first of the game, and it's a 3-1 Express lead with 13:16 left in the first. This train is rolling along, a 3-1 lead for the Walpolders. In their own backyard, Daly to play. That one goes through Sarator. Bodenhagen looked like he may have been tripped, no call. Good play by Tedesco, trying to twist it toward the front, but knifed away by Daly. Sarator, good stick lift of Bodenhagen. Puck could be held in for a moment, but it is worked out of play. A little discussion between Ladd and Bodenhagen as Ladd gave him a pat on the back of the helmet. Whether that was out of kindness or perhaps a quote-unquote troll is within question. However, considering he was talking to one of the linesmen, it may have been the former. Ladd will go off for a change with the Express up 3-1. Played back in deep by the late addition to the Providence roster, Andrew Neuendorf. Righty four, last played for Valley. Outlet for Daly. Skied into the far corner. Daly against Mathulo. Takes him to the wall. Good keep by Gonzalez. Tried to spin it across. Looking for Sarator. Couldn't hit him. Here's Link back at the point. His shot patted away with the right by Littlefield. Will Link on the retrieval. William Link the fifth, if you want to get formal with it. He's listed as Will Link the fifth last year, listed as William Link this year. Made sure to talk to him, see what he liked. He likes Will. As he lays out Costa on that hit. Gravel to play as a couple of Capitals went down in the midst of a change. Link able to give a rough ride to Costa. Gravel on the run around Haney. A tangle in the corner and Tipkin there. Looking to battle, takes an awkward bounce. It's played by Antipkin for Moscone. Mini 2-on-2. He shoots. That goes high and wide on the blocker side. No rhyme intended. Express able to keep low right point. Antipkin beyond Moscone. Haney unable to clear on that fanning try. Dowler twisted one back toward the point. Could not clear. Second opportunity. Moscone again. Moscone in the backhand. Trying to send one across. It went through the middle of the crease. Antipkin could not get that far. Antipkin does play it now in the low circle, now in the low slot. Here's a shot that pinballed off a couple of bodies, and now played by Costa. A drop for Tedesco. Clears in around the wall. Eddington there. Far corner, knifed one that got through Tedesco, and now onto the stick of Antipkin. Haney somehow able to hold the right point. Eddington tucked it along. Antipkin here. Into the middle of the ice for Moscone, who's had an excellent shift so far. All over the puck. He chips. Will not chase as he goes for a change. Alliteration abounding as it's played on the right side. Shot over the goal. Ladd there to retrieve. Aiden Ladd, the midfield mass native. Over for Nolan Lambert, who made a nice sliding stop on a 2-on-1 back in that first game this morning against the Little Flyers. Nice backhanded pass that goes through Waghorn. Just a little too high from Penner. Tucked well along the blue line. It eventually comes now onto the stick of Buckrowitz. Over-skated, delayed offside. Providence will touch up as Sheepers goes for a change. Lambert gets to the outside, goes all the way around Trulio. Lambert with a shot off the post. Hit it on the far side. Somehow it looked like under the glove of the netminder Littlefield. This one cleared in. No icing, untouched, and regardless going out to play at Littlefield. Penner able to keep, gloving it down. Penner walking in. Penner with a shot. Saved by Littlefield with the blocker. Maybe that left shoulder is a shot by Lambert and a save. Rebound loose. Waghorn with a drive and a save from close range. Waghorn again. Coughed it up. It could be cleared by Neuendorf all the way down. It'll be an icing as Lambert was there first. 9:07 left in the first period. You can see it in Kyle Robertson's face, hear it in his voice, putting pressure on a squad already leading 3-1. Joyce for the draw with Bodenhagen. Off the tie-up, Gravel. Trying to play in deep for Livingston, he does. Got space. Back out to the point. Guimond stepping up and shooting, deflection and a save. Still loose, and Dowler clears on a fanning attempt to the corner as Gravel lays out a man. No call made. Cross-ice feed from Joyce looking for the tic-tac-toe for Livingston. Could not finish. Here's Gravel again with a sharp angle shot and a nice shoulder save made by the right with Littlefield. Here is Guimond back at the point. Guimond a shot and a save. That one right into the gut of Littlefield. He will hold with 8:36 to play. Looks pretty clearly like that was a hit laid out on Bockrowitz. I don't see an argument now from Perreault and the Providence bench. But no matter, we move on. Here's Guimond. Guimond with a shot that is stopped. He gets it back at the left point again. Played in deep for Daly. Off his stick. Guimond once more. Delays. Hands it on over. Sarator tried to work it across, but it was given away ultimately to Sheepers. Sheepers, back tap for Tedesco. Tedesco, good back check by Sarator, but able to clear in was Costa. Sarator on the take again. Outlet pass by Link. Able to corral Gonzalez. A little one touch by Daly. Rolling toward the goal. It's played by Littlefield out of his cage. Give away and a centering try off of Mathulo. Another chance. And Daly got a piece of it. It went on goal. Costa with some pushing and shoving against Daly. They both go palm right to the face, and they'll both be wrestled away from each other. Well, after that declaration of love, we got a stoppage with 7:56 left in the first half. Joyce off the tie-up. Here's a shot by Penner that's blocked. Played now by Providence. On the outside, Sheepers on the chase. trying to dance his way around a defender, Demick. It is played on back to the left point. It goes through Hamerquist and back out of the zone. Dowler gave it away. Onside is Joyce. Had to corral it on his backhand. Joyce walking across. He's got space in the low slot. He shoots, deflected over the net. And it goes into the netting out of play. Were Joyce a left-handed shot, he may have been able to play that puck off the wall into a 3-on-1. But it was a difficult adjustment. Nonetheless, did still create a good chance. Face-off won cleanly by the Express. Penner got it back for Eddington. Deflection and a glove save by Littlefield on the charging tap from Joyce. Down to 7:24 left in the period, and it has been mostly Express. That's not just on the scoreboard. The chances have skewed their way as well. Off the tie-up, it is won cleanly. Well, that sounds redundant. Glove save made by Littlefield. That chance coming from the left point, that was Demick. Now several stoppages in a row. Off the tie-up, Providence with it. Penner with pressure. Penner got through, tried to center, it's broken up. Good work by Haney. Now chopped onto that far side, big collision behind the goal. Bachowicz involved with Livingston. Here's Eddington with a big drive and a glove save by Littlefield. Getting more effective with rebound control is the Abington native. Clocking in at 5'11", 180. The 19-year-old who played for the Boston Advantage last year. His record not great at the 18U AAA level. He was 8-15-4, posted a 2.99 goals against, but did keep it under 3 and ultimately had a 915 save percentage. Played much better at the EP Cup Series. Went 2-0, gave up half a goal per 60, 938 save percentage, and a shutout. Albeit a short sample size, but still a promise of things that could come. There's a shot by Antipkin and a save. Gravel. And Tipkin, give away Sheepers. Ridden off to the wall by Antipkin. Gravel, dancing through Costa. Now behind the goal, trying to center it, pinballed. Came through Antipkin with a shot save. Littlefield rebound, score! Nate Gravel gets his second today. One in game one, one in game two. It's 4-1 for the Big Train. Nate Gravel gets his second at 18:35. 4 goals in a span of 14 minutes and 40 seconds. 4th different goal scorer in this game for the Express. On a very nice first stop at that by Ryan Littlefield. But the Capitals just unable to clear. However, they do force an icing with 6:18 left in this half. And a face-off coming to the left of Ollis, who has not been tested much. In the first game today for the Express, the Little Flyers scored on a goal by Devin Bates. Icing back the other way now. It was not the prettiest of goals. It was a flutterer from a little south of the right circle, a right-handed shot. Went blocker side, high, on the goaltender for that game, Kieran Humphreys. Now, to be fair, the Express scored 6 in that game and did get several eventual big stops from Humphreys, including a couple on a breakaway from Luke Roulette, who looked like the strongest player for Philadelphia despite not getting on the board. Well, that's an important note for Providence, as they have an opportunity again. A shot deflected wide. First chance for them in a while as it goes through Tedesco back to the left point. Here's Dowler with a shot deflected into the netting out of play. But the moral of that story was the amount of rust to which you could also attribute that goal for Humphreys. Humphreys was not particularly happy with the goal. I spoke with him after the game. But again, he did make those several stops later, several very important stops. Ended up with, we weren't sure. We thought it was either 16 or 17 total, which is, for a 25-minute game, especially where his team looked a lot stronger, it was actually pretty impressive. Including when you count or attempt to count the number of quality saves, high-quality grade A stops. But that goal did come during a period of rust. After the puck was primarily in the Philadelphia end. However, in these last 90 seconds or so, Providence has had the puck in the offensive zone. Will Link changing that now. Gonzalez there. Try to work it out in front. It eventually comes to the point. Demick looking to sidestep. Carried here by Daly. Daly with a shot and a save. Rebound loose for Gonzalez. He had his stick lifted. Still there. They bat away at it. Away from the slot and now to the far side. Hamerquist can clear to center. Eddington gloves down. Takes a hit from Sheepers. Four-man pile up at the wall. Comes back out to center. It's in the skates of the linesman. He looks to escape that five-man scrum. Now 6 with Gonzalez and Costa on the outskirts. A drop as Demick fell. Costa after it, but it's smartly played away by Ollis. Barkowitz hit hard by Daly from the side. Daly walking in with a shot. Nice block made there by Hamerquist. A sharp angle try and a save made by Littlefield. Holds with the glove. 3:50 left in the period. A 4-1 Express lead. Face-off will come on the far side in the Providence zone. Joyce against Bodenhagen. Hits the linesman in the leg, although he shows no reaction. Shot is deflected and stopped by Littlefield. Another comparison between this game and the first one for the Express today and for the season in turn. As it comes toward the front, Eddington, a save, rebound loose. Swatted out of trouble, back toward the point, kept by Ladd. His shot blocked. Another chance, Joyce looking to move to the forehand, and he shot it wide. Maybe getting a piece of it was Littlefield. It definitely hit the outside of the net. Ladd's shot steered to the glass. Hard hit from Livingston and a penalty upcoming. Shoulder went up high, or rather the official says the elbow driven into the cage of Mathulo. The argument from Livingston, if there is one, would perhaps be him having trouble in being able to control his own size. There is certainly a differential against the 5'7" Mathulo. Nonetheless, he will go off for elbowing at 21:45, and Providence goes on the man advantage for the second time today. 0-for-1. Bodenhagen had it roll off his stick. Well, back to the point, this is a game, as Antipkin drops from Moscone, it is knifed away. This is a game where it seems like Providence has at least had some chances in addition to their goal, or at least a little more offensive zone time than the Little Flyers did in the first half of their matchup with the Express this morning. However, the Express have capitalized a bit more here in the first half than they did against Philadelphia, despite, again, a number of remarkable saves by the opposing goaltender, this time Ryan Littlefield, last time Keith McLaughlin. As Antipkin carries up the right side, little shovel from Moscone. went through him for Sheepers. Off the right side, Barkowitz. Try to get it again, could not. Back at center with 40 seconds. Providence has looked like a stronger team than Philadelphia did. However, one more puck has gotten past their goaltender so far. It was only a 3-1 express lead at halftime. In that first game, Providence already down 3. Still on the power play for another 12 seconds. Costa waiting for reinforcements. Back to Hamerquist. Somehow got it through. Mathulo looked to put it through the seam. Now played here by Costa. 5 seconds. Try to get it back toward the point. Costa below the goal line. Power play is over. Providence over 2. Costa at the circle. Trying to slide through this express defense. Hamerquist. Oh, around the boards. Costa. Tedesco. Giveaway. Gavel. Able to work it ahead. Livingston. Under a minute left. Livingston. Across the slot. Shot and a save. Perhaps looking for it for a moment was Littlefield. He does ultimately cover with 50.4 seconds to play. Gonzalez and Bodenhagen for the draw. Cleared out of the zone. Moving slowly. It'll go on goal. No icing. Lambert. Out for the express up ice. This will be an icing. If Littlefield, maybe Littlefield was coming out. No icing. Centering try. Comes all the way through to the right point for Eddington. Eddington with a shot deflected high by Gravel. Looking for his 3rd of the day, albeit would not be a hat trick, considering the first came in game 1. Under 20 seconds left in the period. On the back door is Eddington as they scramble in the near corner. Eventually they blow the play dead right as the puck was about to be cleared. So a stoppage with 11.4 left. Waghorn for the draw. Won cleanly by Providence. That's Bodenhagen back to the point. Guimond able to keep for a moment. Chip back out to center. Guimond once more. 3 seconds. Penner with one last chance. Centering try. And the buzzer sounds. Had a shot gone on goal on that initial opportunity. I believe it would have counted, but none did. A good back check by Providence. Nonetheless, they trail by a score of 4-1 when we return on Flow Hockey. We welcome you back inside New England Sports Village in Attleboro, Massachusetts for the Flow Hockey coverage of the EHLP 2025 Walpole Attleboro Showcase. Our camera operator is Chris Pamula. Our producer is Dave Thoralt. I'm Chris Russo. Special thanks to Neil Ravin, Justin Squitieri, all the people here at the EHL. Moscone scores! You want to cut through the credits? Be my guest. Michael Moscone gets his 2nd of the day, his 1st of the game, and it's a 6-1 express advantage rolling through the early part of half number 2. A 5-1 advantage. The Express hoping to get to 6 after tallying that many in the first game against the Philadelphia Little Flyers. And Tipkin gave it up to Hammerquist. Well, as before, I could, of course, mention, in addition to our commissioner, Neil Ravin, Olivia Scalise, who has been so instrumental in setting up the schedule this week. It has been very hectic, and we could not be more grateful to the people of this league, of both these leagues, for getting everything together and working their absolute tails off in the last several days, let alone the last few months. Miscommunication back there at the blue line. So it'll be played by the Express. And of course, the Express Hockey Club leading the Providence Capitals by a score of 5-1. Led it 4-1 at the half. And after that, Moscone goal. It is a 5-1 advantage. Moscone, I mentioned earlier in the first game, a native of Bangor, Maine. Again, pronounced Bangor, not Bangor. And a proper public high school player, had not played youth before playing junior. Played at a point-per-game pace in the 23-24 season with Bangor. Not listed as having played last year. Would have graduated at that point, but not having listed play with any. Not listed as having played with any 18U, 19U league last season. Has 2 more years of eligibility, counting this one. Had played 18 games, 3 consecutive years between 2021 and 2024, and totaled 40 points in that 54-game stretch. Deflected into the Express's offensive zone, and carried here by Andrew Neuendorf around the wall back out towards center. Sheepers on the outside. Sheepers a centering try, deflection, and it trickles wide for Penner. The net may be off its moorings, albeit slightly. And the whistle was blown. Aulis, to his credit, put the net back on its moorings. That is not necessarily the move you would want to make if you were the goaltender in that situation. Because if you leave the net off, the onus is on the official. And you have a smaller chance of an opportunity going on. You had a scoring chance and another save by Aulis on Bodenhagen. The onus is on the official to blow it dead at that point. It should be blown dead if the puck remains in the zone. And so as long as the puck is in the defensive zone, the goaltender has it in his, or in some leagues, her best interest to keep the net on its moorings. There's a chance on the outside, cross-ice feed. Oh, and what a save. I believe possibly getting a piece of it was Littlefield before it hit the outside of the cage. On the opportunity, Gonzalez was there as he looks skyward. To his credit, he has 1 goal in this game and 1 in the game earlier today. Discussion between Perot and the official. Our referee trying to make sure that the right players are on the ice for Providence from before that icing. As Costa leaves, apparently now they all are. Caps win the draw off the tie-up. Mathulo around the wall, Link able to keep. Livingston tucks it into the corner. Gonzalez against Dowler. Gonzalez plays it into the far circle. Eventually trickled up the far side wall. Gonzalez kept for a moment, but not for long. Link there as the Capitals will get their much-needed change. Now going back to the lecture for a moment on what you do when a net is knocked off its moorings if you're the goaltender. If the net is knocked off its moorings and the puck is cleared back towards center, as the goaltender at that point, you not only can, but absolutely should put the net back on its moorings. As Livingston plays now. Livingston at the right side, could be a 2-on-1 cross-ice feed beyond the reach of Gonzalez. Because the officials will not give you the benefit of the doubt at that point once the puck has been cleared. Eddington shovels one on the backhand wide of the goal. Eddington was involved with Sheepers, shot and a save. Little shot at the end there from Dowler on Livingston, who was on the doorstep. Sheepers was in discussion with one of the linesmen. It may have been how he was separated from Eddington back at that point. Oh, and a shot up high from Livingston, and Bockowitz gets a man from behind. Now another shot up high from Livingston on Costa. Whether anything was said to precipitate that, we are unsure, and perhaps we may find out later. Perhaps we won't. What we know is that Bockowitz will head to the penalty box, as will Livingston. If he can get the door open. To his credit, that's not on him. It's been like that all day. Okay, it's going to be a roughing call against Livingston and cross-checking against Bockowitz. Or correction, that'll be a double minor against Livingston. And a simple 2-minute penalty on Bockowitz. First penalty taken by Providence today. Third taken by the Express at 4:35 of elapsed time here in the second. First double minor. Played by Providence. Eddington here. Rather by the Express, Eddington here. Clears in, no icing. Littlefield, leaving for Eddington at the right point. Providence at this pace would get their third power play of the game. Looked like Antipka may have been held, no call, as Costa able to benefit Dowler in deep, far side. Tucked along towards center. Gathered by Costa. Costa got it across. Sheepers walking in. Sheepers at the circle. Sheepers delays. Drops for Dowler. Dowler a shot that goes wide. Hamerquist at the right point. Backhanded. Costa skates out of the zone. 1 minute gone by and the matching minors, or rather the first two minors. Costa knifed away Eddington. And 4-on-4 with Antipkin. Eddington on the outside. Eddington with a shot and a save. Antipkin back in deep. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Circling is Gonzalez. Or rather, Moscone, a centering try, hit a body, and Littlefield did a great job to react and knock it away with his shoulder. Lambert there. Bockowitz out in 10. Lambert behind the goal. There was a loose stick that ended up blocking that pass. Power play for Providence and a giveaway. Carried here by Gravel. A shot blocked. Played by Joyce shorthanded. Able to kill time. Joyce getting through Bockrowitz. Playing it back to Lambert. Lambert will shoot when it goes wide. Off the end wall, Gravel. Excellent PK here from the Express. Lambert on the keep. Deflection. Played here at Bodenhagen. Ahead, Bockrowitz. Bockrowitz on the outside. Bockrowitz trying to get around a man. That's Link. Link played him well. Wrap up behind the goal. Gravel places the in-between. Back onto the point for Sheepers. Providence can finally set up with 1:20 left in their power play. Mathulo got it through to Bockrowitz. He's tied up. Shoveled through Mathulo. On the pinch. Out of the right point for a moment by Neuendorf. Now it's skated back out. 2-on-1. Gravel with Joyce trailing. Gravel across. It's in the skates of Joyce. Back for Gravel. Gravel going for the wrap chance. Here's Joyce out in front. And he's knocked off the puck. Good play by Mathulo. Sheepers the other way. Sheepers to the outside. Ridden off by Guimond. Sheepers dropping. Played by Joyce. Joyce up the right side for the Express. Able to clear in around Dowler. Joyce to the near circle with a shot that goes through the crease. Now to the other side. Gravel with a big drive off the end boards and a block by Dowler. Hobbling a little bit. He'll have to come to the bench. 30 seconds left on the power play for Providence. Here's Bodenhagen. Ridden off to the wall. Tedesco in the far corner. Tedesco circling to the near side. Off the boards, back to the point for Hamerquist to the left. Hamerquist handed across. Here's Mathulo with a shot. Score! Maruma Mathulo. There was no deflection. And he gets his first goal in the United States. A power play goal. Providence cuts the lead to 3 with 16:40 left. That one they will most certainly keep. The native of Pretoria, South Africa. Did not score in 39 games last year in the North American 3 Hockey League. Or with the Pretoria Capitals white team. Did not score at least the majority, if not the entire year, with Pretoria and the South African under-20 team and the under-18 team the year before. What a moment for him, as he has bounced from South Africa to Yellowstone, going out toward the Rockies, to Maine, now to Providence. He has scored his first hockey goal in the United States, and it comes here in Attleboro. The spark that Providence needs. They need more, but they are back into it at 5-2. Face-off won by the Caps. Shot goes wide. Hamerquist keeping. Around the wall. Goes through Guimond. Penner there. Touched along for Hebert. Hebert trying to cut through. That play I think would have been offside anyway. Apparently not the case, although it looked like that may have been the play. Nonetheless, I'm not a referee. Shot by Hebert, blocked. Bodenhagen twisting it back toward the point. Cleared. Link is there. The captain will Link with an outlet. Deflected. Down for Dowler. Waghorn could not hold his own, so delayed offside. Penner, good job to knock it down, but it does come out of the zone. He does touch up. Ahead for Hebert. It goes through him. Under 15 remaining. So Providence 1 for 3 on the power play. Trulio there. Drop pass. Give away Waghorn. Waghorn across the blue line, able to play in on goal on a hop, and eventually covering is Littlefield. Costa needing to be convinced by Dowler to skate away. despite the tap from Waghorn. 14:40 left. Moscone for the draw. He goes against Costa. Face-off won by Providence. Moscone pins a man to the wall. Costa against Trulio, trying to keep. Matthew Trulio knocked off the puck. Here's Moscone. Moscone delays at the circle and shoots. Save made. And holding is Littlefield. 14:23 left. Off the tie-up, Expressman the draw. Lambert at the right point. Lambert, a shot deflected into the ceiling. You can hear the gong of the seal out of play with 14:18 left. Providence taking the draw off the tie-up. Sheepers up the left wing, but a very active defenseman today. Lambert and Tipkin trying to clear, does, but it goes through gravel. Cleared back in, Lambert will take it once more. Lambert all the way down, gravel after it. Littlefield comes out of his net. Kyle Robertson Duff protest. And it is not too much as the faceoff will come back to center. Argument from the Providence bench, but a begrudging acceptance. Outlet here. Joyce trying to center. Backdoor for Livingston. Can't get there in time. Does find Joyce again. Stripped by Buckrowitz. Pressure. Puck at the near wall. Caps trying to escape. Finding it at his feet is Sheepers. Could have a man trailing 3-on-2. Buckrowitz is the trailer, but Sheepers plays in deep instead. Guimond against Costa. Far wall. 5-man scrum. Right point. Shot deflected on goal. And finding it was Ollis. We have not said Colton Ollis' name much. There has not necessarily been much of a need, although Providence has gotten 2 past him. Buckrowitz engaging with Joyce off the draw. Link has the puck. Link slicing his way through. Up the right side, Livingston looking for Joyce. That goes off of Dowler, delayed offside. Livingston does a good job to stay away as Sheepers clears in. Guimond up ahead, Livingston. Now leads Joyce. Cross-ice feed that goes beyond Guimond. Able to get it again. Dropping for Joyce. Now behind the net, Livingston. Maybe looking for a wrap chance. Taken away by Hamerquist. It looked like a wrap by Livingston of Hamerquist. Here is Tedesco. Delaying as we're halfway through the second. Hamerquist a shot that goes wide. Costa taking a hit from behind from Joyce. No call on the play as Costa gets up slowly. Buckrowitz taking a hit, and after he says something to the referee, Link goes off for interference. Buckrowitz smiling at his success. Was trying to get a listen as to what Kyle Robertson might have been saying. Couldn't quite hear, couldn't quite lip read either. Providence will get a timeout here. They'll take it with 12:16 left in the second. So the penalty is interference against Link at 12:44 of elapsed time. And this is a crucial point. Providence has scored in this half on the power play. That goal by Mathulo. They are 1 for 3. We'll take a quick break and return in just a moment here on Flow Hockey. We are back after that very quick break, brought to you by no one. 5-2, the Express in front of Providence with 12:16 left in the second half. Providence 1 for 3 on the power play, and on one now, although the Express clear. Littlefield will have to come out and play it, and nearly gave it away to Antipkin. Costa, hounded by Moscone. Played by Sheepers across the blue line. Pressure by Moscone. Eddington taken out of the play by Bodenhagen. Kyle Robertson wants a call. He will not get one, but now a potential chance for Antipkin. On the outside, puck slows enough that Sheepers can force him outside. Antipkin slithers through. His shot save made by Littlefield. He tried to play it off to the corner, but the referee blows it dead. Kyle Robertson with a fair argument, because while I wouldn't know if it was exactly textbook, wouldn't quite say that, it was more than likely a hit from behind by Brody Bodenhagen. Express win the draw, and Tipkin with a drive and a save with the left pad by Littlefield. Carried by the Capitals behind their own goal up the left wing, and is beyond the reach of Dowler. Now played back out towards center. All the way down, the Express clear again. 1 minute left in the Express kill. Providence scored with 15 seconds left in their last power play. Taken away, cleared back to the right point, not out. Dowler, a shot deflected wide. Off the end wall, Guimond. Off this glass, it's Guimond again. Bakrowitz with a shot, deflection and a save. Loose. No, unable to finish. Big save. And a good stick lift by Gonzalez as well. Huge save by Aulis. Gravel coughed it up. Tedesco, 3-on-3. Tedesco on the outside, may have been tripped, no call on the play. Lambert getting around a defender, but Eddington gets to the puck first. Can he clear? Yes. Under 10 seconds. Hamerquist for Sheepers. Sheepers on the far side, dropping for Tedesco, trying to kick it to himself, looking into the slot, but it's played onto the stick of Eddington. He clears. Power play over. Providence 1 for 4. Right side, Eddington. Puck away from him. Now in deep, Hamerquist against Sarator. Mathulo with it. 3-on-3. Mathulo crisscrosses with Costa, then goes to the bench. Costa. Helps the remainder of his line mates coming off the bench, as Joyce will play. Give away, Costa again. Domino Costa circling. Providence needs 3 goals in under 9.5 minutes, and that won't help. Guimond on the take. Now Neuendorf. In front, giveaway, Joyce. Joyce on the wrap chance. No, was stopped by Dowler. An impressive save made by Dowler as he got stick-on-stick contact against that far post. Costa walks in, shot wide. Bakrowitz backhanded it across. Pinch from Neuendorf, looking for it at his skates. Good keep by Bodenhagen, but kicked back out towards center by Daly. He skies one wide of the goal. Dowler there. Feeds Bockrowitz. Now back line again below the goal line. Played toward the near side, out towards center. No ice. Good pressure here from Richards. Colin Richards getting his first action today. Providence had gone to a shorter rotation. Nice defense from Hayerquist on Hebert. Richards can clear, but he will ice the puck, and he'll have to be sent back on. Colin Richards with no complaints with the extended ice time. Richards, who last year played for the Vermont Lumberjacks, had 5 assists in 38 games, then played all 4 of their playoff matchups. He hails from Columbus, Ohio. An 08 year. Played for the Northeast Storm 2 years ago. And the CCYHA Blue Jackets before that, the 14 UA level. 44 points in 64 games. Sheepers clears in. Sheepers in the far corner, got it back to the point, Hamerquist. Hamerquist with a shot, down low, and Sheepers swept it wide. Bodenhagen tapped it away. Tedesco there, Richards back to the bench. Tedesco walking into the backhand with a shot and a save. Sticked aside by Ollis. Gathered on the right side by Joyce. Livingston across the blue line, walks in, gets through the slot. Now goes to the corner as he's forced off. Joyce there with 7 minutes centering try. Gonzalez couldn't get it home. Here is Bockrowitz being chopped at by Livingston. A shot and a save. Bockrowitz on the rebound, overskated. Could not save the puck. Joyce for the Express. Up the wall and out. Wheeled back in, Lambert on it. Back out towards center, taken by Gravel. 1 goal against the Little Flyers, 1 goal against Providence today. Moscone walks in, deflection and a save by the aforementioned Gravel, and a stoppage with 6:20 left. Although it is doubtful that they will find it necessary here, the Express do still have their timeout. Gravel, back to Link, hands across. Guimond, played down low, and Tipkin. And Tipkin circling. Far side, Guimond with a shot and a save made by Littlefield. Difficult one for a goaltender. That's a cross-up, as you have to reach with the glove, and sometimes may feel the need to reach there with your blocker as well, which can allow a goaltender to drop a puck rather easily. It's just a natural instinct. Puck was not deflected by Gravel, so it's an icing. Five minutes, 54 seconds remaining. Providence needs 3. Bodenhagen chooses to take the draw at the right circle. Righty cannot win it, though. Able to take it away, though, in the slot. Still loose and covered by Ollis. Pushing and shoving between Guimond and Matthew Trulio. From the Central Valley in California, hails from San Ramon. Played for the Stockton Colts last year. 4 points in 18 games, 2 in 3 playoff games. Face-off won by Providence. Glove save by Ollis on the shot from Bockrowitz. Caps hold at the right point. Played in near corner. Goes through Dowler and out. 5.5 left. Gathered here by Dowler. Laid across. Outlet broken up. Gonzalez shoots wide. Daly on the keep. Back in deep. Gonzalez. Costa. Got it through for Tedesco. Up the right side. Played it off the high wall in front of the Express bench. That one goes through Bachowicz and Dowler all the way down. Good race from Gonzalez. No icing. And he finds the puck as well. Eddington, under 5 minutes left. Shot deflected wide. Costa, off the wall and out. Demick got it across. It's laid back in. Littlefield drops for Dowler. Tucked it here for Sheepers. Now ahead for Bodenhagen. Slither to the outside against Eddington. Trying to coil his way off of him. They wrestle to the ground. And that wrestling move results in a penalty against who? It appears Providence. Bodenhagen goes off for a hold at 20:49. So the Express already with a 3-goal lead will send the Providence captain to the box. They will take the timeout, and Kyle Robertson will also choose to take the face-off on the left side. We'll take a break and be back in a moment here on Flow Hockey. Kyle Robertson hoping the Express can fine-tune their power play. In this, just their second game of the year, but also second of the day, leading 5-2 over the Providence Capitals, but with a late power play. Link for Antipkin. Link again. Antipkin once more. They do like passing to each other. Link able to feed Moscone back out for Guimond. Guimond to Moscone again. All the way across Link. Link in a low slot. He shoots. That goes wide. Good screen from Gravel. Costa on the intercept. Might have a man breaking, but a takeaway by Guimond. Guimond has space. He walks in and shoots. Save by Littlefield. He looked behind him for a moment as the clock stops with 3:30 left. Moscone with Gravel and Antipkin to his right and left respectively. Gravel taps it back to Guimond. Guimond hands over to Moscone. Guimond low slot. Moscone right point. Almost gave it away. He did. Here's a chance for Bachowicz in on a partial break. He's alone, and then he backhanded it high. The Express just trying to fine-tune their power play and instead nearly let Providence really get back into it. Now Moscone's alone, and I believe Littlefield got a piece of that with a nice poke check. Caps clear. Lambert will slow things with 35 seconds left in the man advantage. Joyce on the outside, tapped off a stick by Sheepers. Costa dropping for Sheepers. Costa again along the goal line, drops it for Sheepers. Nice stick lift made there by Gonzalez. Here is Joyce, 3-on-2. Joyce on the outside. Joyce slides in deep for Eddington. Joyce against Gonzalez. 10 seconds left in the PK for Providence as Mathulo will play it back out. 3-on-2. Throws it behind Sheepers. He's after it, but there is Lambert. Power play comes to an end. Express unable to finish on that one, as they are now 0 for 1. Costa can clear. Back at center, under 2 minutes left. The Express Hockey Club looking to sweep their opening day slate at the EHLP level. In their own backyard, they defeated the Philadelphia Little Flyers by a score of 6-1. With that game ending just shy of noon on the East Coast here this morning in this very same rink. They have struck early and often against Providence. Link with it. Link across the blue line, walking in, trying to move to the backhand, but a nice poke check made by Dowler. Providence fell to the New Jersey 87s earlier today by a score of 4-1. As we're down to 45 seconds left. Bachowicz touched. It was onside, or rather offside, with 36.7 left. Captain Bodenhagen able to get it across the blue line. Mathulo dropping now. Outlet up the left wing. It's Neuendorf. Gave it away now. Hamerquist for Providence with 20 seconds. Gravel on the takeaway. Gravel in alone. And a save made again by Littlefield with under 10. Oh boy. We got a scrap. Hebert going at it with Hamerquist. Linesman get in the way. Clock stops with 7.3 left. Most important thing is to get those two guys off the ice. Hebert, an 07 year. Was unable to play due to school conflicts in the game this morning. They'll let this thing run down, and they'll close it out. A 5-2 win for the Express Hockey Club. A bizarre finish, nonetheless. The outcome probably would have been the same. They sweep their opening day slate. Providence drops 2. And that does it for us for now. Stick with us the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend here on Flow Hockey. For our camera operator, Chris Pamula, our producer, Dave Thoralt, Neil Ravin, Justin Squitieri, Olivia Scalise, everyone at the Eastern Hockey League and the Eastern Hockey League Premier. I'm Chris Russo. Once again, the final score, the Express Hockey Club 5 and the Providence Capitals 2.